Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 35 of the Tait Talks podcast. I am the host, Tait Middleton. Today, I'm chatting to Bruno Oliveira.
What up, man?
Yes, I got it. We went through his name 4 times because I am retarded.
And a lot of people fuck up the name, man. Everybody fucks up my name.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you look at the writing of it, it looks like Oliveira.
Well, when people have fucked up my name, they've actually said Olivieri.
Oliveira.
And like, where the fuck's the I? There's only one I.
Oliveira?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people go, Bruno Olivieri. I'm like, who?
Oliveira.
They didn't even say the A at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, what the fuck, cunt? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
I mean...
That's not my full name, by the way.
Yeah, I was even thinking, so you're half Portuguese?
No, full Portuguese.
Full port.
Full port. I'm from the Fremantle Ports.
What did you want to say your full name, or is it just you don't want cunt smart?
No, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest.
So is it just long as fuck?
It's the names I've never used, which I should.
Okay.
It's
only in court.
That's the only time it's been used, actually. Yeah, I didn't go to court for fucking dangerous shit, just parking tickets.
Yeah.
But it's a Bruno Miguel da Silva Oliveira.
Holy motherfucking UFC fighter.
I look like one.
Yeah, you do actually.
But I don't have the fucking skills to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You did a bit of boxing though, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, like when I was like from like 13 to like 16, 17 type of thing.
Yeah. Do you reckon you've got that still in the memory? If someone was shaping up to get you? Or is it more like you can kind of be like, all right, I feel like this guy might punch me. He's showing signs, or she's showing signs of,
Of attack
shaping
mode.
up. Yeah. Going Super Saiyan.
All of a sudden I'm yelling.
Imagine doing that in a fight. You're like, yeah, you want to fight, cunt? You want to take this outside? And then you're just like...
And someone plays the Super Saiyan music in the background.
That'd be so cool if you could change your hair somehow.
Bro, imagine someone does that thing, like, you know that
lightning and stuff.
the fucking smoke bomb?
Yeah.
Like, does a smoke bomb, your mate puts a yellow wig on your head, and then you actually got like an aura around you. Your shirt's all ripped and shit.
Someone's background is like...
And Vegeta's name.
Yeah.
Kakarot.
Yeah.
You're a Super Saiyan. Oh, my name's Bruno.
Yeah, no. Bruno, Miguel, fucking Da Silva,
Oliveira.
Yeah.
The last time I've got into a fight was like when
I am Bruno Miguel. You have insulted Bruno Miguel.
I'll pull out UFC gloves. Just start fucking.
That would be terrifying.
Bro, do you know what's more terrifying?
A gun.
True.
Yeah.
My brother's mate is a lunatic, right?
Yeah.
And I don't mean that.
One of them.
I don't mean that in a way where he's a lunatic, like he will kill anybody. He's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a lunatic, like he has no 5 of his front teeth.
Oh, because he's been smacked.
He's been smacked and smacks people so many times. Like, there's people where they always get into fights, and then they lose one. They go, okay, I'm gonna get humble now.
Yeah.
And they're not as much as a fuckhead as they were before.
He's still.
This guy will lose badly, and he'll be even worse after the fight.
Really?
So he's just that dude. He's always fighting.
Yeah, you're like, I fucked up that guy's fists.
His fists had to go to hospital.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, my face is dinged up, but that motherfucker's fists are broken.
Bro, his false teeth gets broken in fights. Like, it tears apart. He goes to the dentist so many times, and it's like it's not. There's no realization in his head that go, man, you know what? I think this is costing me too much money.
Do you know why? Because he keeps on getting beaten up, and his brain is broken now.
Yeah, and not just that. He's so retarded that this one time he was telling my brother.
Actually retarded, is it?
No, he's not. No.
Okay.
But I think logically retarded. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's so logically retarded that this one time, even though he's gotten beaten up heaps of times, there was this one time where he was actually like there was way more than he thought.
Yeah.
So he was about to fight one dude.
Oh.
And then it turns out it was like 4, 5, and then 6.
Yeah. Correct.
And he didn't know what to do, and he was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, and they're about to fuck him up. And this is in Frio.
Yeah.
So what? And
My
I don't know.
records.
Yeah, I don't know what came in his head, but he just started taking off his clothes.
Yeah.
And he was completely naked.
Prison style.
Bro, he put his underwear on his head. And he was like, "Come on, cut! You want to go?" They started running.
Yeah.
So he got out of it.
Genius. He's a genius. He's not dumb.
But he had no teeth.
Yeah. It's like, you guys want to go? I'll fight everyone.
Talking with a lisp.
Like, what did you call me? Yeah, you're a fuckhead. You're just one of the big old fuckwits. That happened when I remember there was a fight at our local pub, so back home in like Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
And so they were getting kicked out, these group. Like, one of my mates was just laying into this dude.
Oh, true.
And we knew the security guards, so they kicked out those guys and let us stay. So
All right,
when they were getting kicked out, we were all like, yeah, fuck you, cuz.
That's hilarious.
So we were walking up to the servo, which is the only thing open, like past fucking 10 p.m. in this
Okay,
town.
but is this like an hour later after that happened?
Yeah,
or?
yeah.
So they're waiting.
Yeah, so we're walking up this road, and this little fucking, like, my shitty drug dealer Corolla, right?
Yeah.
Rolls past us and like, where's the guy in the grey top? And we're like, what the hell are you on about? Like, we're blind drunk as well.
Yeah.
Because we had got to stay at the pub for another hour.
Oh yeah, I feel
Those cunts are sober and driving around. So we're walking on, and then he's like, where's the cunt in the grey top? And we're like, I have no idea what you're on about, mate. And then they roll up, there's a roundabout. I know, like, I got this vividly in my head.
Yeah.
They park on the side of the road, and then a fucking clown car, man. 7 of them get out of this tiny little car.
True.
And I was
Were
like,
they Mexican?
yeah. And I was like, here we fucking go. And one of them was doing like the hype up thing, like, huh? Where's the fucking, huh? And I'm standing there like, here we go. And then all of a sudden I watched one of them punch my mate who wasn't in the fight. And I wasn't in the fight. I was just being mouthy.
Yeah.
Like a fuckwit. He gets punched. He goes down. I'm watching it in like slow motion, like, dunk. And then I look. Then that guy punches me. We're both maggoted.
Yeah.
So I go down. I get back up. I've got one, and I'm like, I'm just going to kill one. If I get the opportunity, I'm just going to murder this one real quick. And I had him by like the scruff of like kind of like a footy thing. And I was just going to fucking tee off. And the mate that got punched literally grabbed my arm. He's like, we're going. And we just walked down like the side like thing. And they were like, yeah, you don't mess with the boys from fucking Ringwood.
Oh, it's so cringe, cut.
Sketchy area. And then they let us go. But that was the thing, and it was like, like there's 7 of us. Why didn't they just pummel us? Which is quite good of them. They just wanted to get a couple of shots in.
Yeah,
but I was ready. I just still remember getting up. I grabbed the closest one to me, which probably wasn't doing anything. He could have been like,
He's probably innocent.
yeah, he's walking his dog, and I was just about to absolutely just fucking uncork. And then my mate just grabbed me. The one had been like, he got hit twice. I still remember he got hit. He went down. He went to get back up. And the guy punched him again. And then he had these big old fat lips.
Oh,
and they
true.
were huge. And I was like,
I got
suck
that
a
dude.
mean dick, man. And I was fine. Like nothing happened. And then the next morning, all these fucking, it was all just black and blue. And he just fucking, it was brutal. But they could have kicked the shit out of us.
I feel you.
Yeah, and they didn't, which was so nice.
Man, it's rare for that to happen these days.
Yeah.
Because as I was talking about like before, the last fight I ever got into was when I was in Fremantle Metros.
Yeah, I know where that is. Yeah.
And I was probably like 23, 24, something like that.
Like 5, 6 years ago.
Pretty much, yeah. And this one I was heavier as well.
Yeah.
And
you are tall.
Yeah,
How tall
yeah.
are you? 6'3"?
No, like 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think just my big head.
Take it back then.
I appreciate the compliment, though. You got a very basketball vibe. You know what I mean? But so at this, I pretty much know like a lot of people I grew up with goes there.
Yep.
So like people from people that you know like in your childhood, teenage, like all that shit, even young adulthood, you still keep in contact and like you still bump into the people you just go to high school with.
Yeah.
And I'm coming out this little area called C2. That's where most people I know go to.
Yep.
And as I'm coming out, I see a mate of mine talking to my brother's mate.
Yeah.
And it's one of my brother's mates that he knows of and has like respect for, but not really his mate. I just know him as my brother's mate.
Yeah.
And then I'm blind and as soon as I come out, all I see is my brother's mate pointing into my mate's face, and he's like pointing, and then as I went over there, because I actually went over there, but then my mate's my mate that's getting his face pointed at, he had 2 of his other mates with him, but they weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing's going down, and they're like, man, like what do we do? And they're not the type of dudes that will like know how to protect themselves like that.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh shit, we don't know what's gonna happen. And then I came in blind and I sensed what was happening. And I was like, oh shit, it looks like something's about to go down.
Yeah.
And then I actually went over there to I put my left hand like where the dude was and my mate to be like, hey man, is everything all good?
Guys, yeah.
But I was that pissed. I didn't even know. As I came over there to do that, like I looked at my mate on the right, and I was like, man, you're good. And I looked to the left, and I couldn't see him.
Oh.
And I was like, man, what the fuck? And I looked down, and he was on the ground.
Oh.
Yeah. So
you're right, mate. How's your fist?
but this is how bad it was because I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
But all his boys were pretty much about 10 meters away from me.
Oh.
So all the mates see is my hand where the guy was.
I've got this.
Yeah. And then my other hand to my mate. But they didn't see my mate hit him.
Yeah. They saw you a kung fu fucking monk. A Shaolin fucking monk with that nude nut.
Yeah.
He just went doink, Reiki fucking shit.
Like my telepathic kinesis.
You're like, I did his energy into him. And now he's
transferring
dead.
and shit. Bro, like I didn't even know that dude apparently because I got the story afterwards, right?
Yeah.
And apparently that dude hit my mate 3 times already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was like, oh, you, blah, 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 hit him. And my mate's like, look, man, don't want to fight. Blah, 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 hit him again. And then he was like, look, man, I really don't want to fight. It's not what happened, blah, blah, blah. There was some confusion going on.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he did it again, but he tried to do a 4th time. But then I didn't see when I came over, he already threw the punch.
Yeah.
But then my mate ducked it and like threw an overhand right and hit him. And he hit him that good because he didn't expect it. He hit him that good where there's like a little ledge where the handrail is.
Yeah.
He hit his head on the way down and on the ground. Ooh. And when I looked down, the guy's eyes were open. His mouth was open. I'm like, this looks bad. But it looks like I did it.
Yeah, true.
And then the dudes came running. They were looking straight at me. And they were coming towards me, and I was that pissed, and I was seeing it, and I got sober instantly. I was like, oh shit, whack, whack, whack. And I was just getting hit, like left, right. I don't even remember what happened.
Yeah.
All I know is that the last thing I remember is when bouncers were actually like holding me down, and I felt a bouncer hitting me as well.
Oh, really?
Because those dudes knew the bouncers.
Yeah.
And it turns out that these dudes were like the sword boys or some shit like that.
Sword boys?
Yeah, and they were like...
Is that a thing now?
Not now, but it was then.
So we can slag them up. I was like, are they bikies or so? Like, holy shit. And the podcast is ending right now. This is Peter O'Rivria.
Yeah, Bruno Morera. Yeah. But and then after that got like thrown out and shit. And then me and that mate went to get a kebab, like not on the main strip of Frio, but went to the other one. Didn't want to be seen or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I had apparently like one of my mates that seen me, like seeing the fight happen in the club. Yeah. He was like, bro, I didn't know that was you. Apparently I was on top of this dude, just hitting him.
Oh, really?
But I remember that bit because I was like pissed.
Yeah.
And I was on top of this dude hitting him, like and all that shit. And then he was like, fuck, I didn't know that was you. And then he came and found out I was at the other kebab shop.
Yeah.
And he was like, look, man, I think like those dudes, like that dude that you had a fight with, all his boys are waiting outside.
Oh.
For you. I was like, are you serious? I was like, fuck off, guys. He's like, nah, man, bro. If I was you, take the back streets, fucking leave now.
Take your kebab and fuck off, champ.
I was like, look, my kebab's coming. I'll eat that first.
Number 64. You guilty.
And then I actually went and checked because
really?
I'm that white.
It's like a fucking movie. It's like, I gotta check this out. You're peeking around a corner.
Bro, but that's the white in me.
Yeah.
Because if I was a person of colour, they would have got the hell out of there.
Yeah, true.
But the white in me was like, no, I want to see this. And I was
taking photos of them.
World star.
Yeah.
Started recording the whole thing. But I actually took a sneak peek, and there was like 15 to 20 people like doing these ones.
Oh,
like,
really?
Actually, like,
just
looking to see.
And some other bald fucking guy with a beard's getting killed.
I didn't have a beard then though, so I actually had a hairline back then.
Oh, really?
So I had a normal haircut. But then anyway, took the went to the back streets, got picked up and all that shit. But yeah, that's the last time I got into a fight. And
after you admitted to killing a person on the podcast. I was on top of him. I kept punching him until he didn't have a face.
Security guards jumped in, you know what I mean?
Security guards are like, stop it, you're killing him. And then one had the audacity to punch me.
Oh, man.
What a savage.
Yeah, what a fuckhead.
Yeah. Are they scary, that type of stuff that, as you said, your buddy, rightly so, got punched 3 times and was like, well, I'm not getting punched again. fuck you. But
That's what I mean.
head gets smacked on the ledge and on the way down, you're like, and now we're doing a podcast in prison. It's fucking brutal. And it can happen so quickly.
That's true.
I've seen multiple people get fucking snotted. I don't think I've ever seen like a full one. Actually, no, I saw one person at the same pub get elbowed by like a bikie, and he just knocked his brains in.
And elbows are lethal, man.
Yeah. They are like, it should be like on the police report, like, what strike did he throw? It's like, yeah, he threw an elbow. It's just like, all right, well, I'm going to give you a harsher penalty. Yeah.
That's jail time.
Yeah, I mean, that guy, this dude came out with, I'm pretty sure he came out and he bumped into this dude, and the bikie dude was like, nah, fuck this, and just walked up and just went, dunk.
Yeah, no, that's fucked.
Yeah,
man.
but it was just, it happens.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
But every other time...
Shouldn't, but-
Of course, yeah. But every other time, I've only almost gone into a fight after that. So that's the only...
Yeah.
That's the last actual fight that I had.
Yeah.
But every other time after that, and there has been plenty of times where I've almost got into one.
Yep.
And I just took my way out of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm not here to fight, bro.
Because you did a bit of security yourself, didn't you? So now, were you doing security at the time?
No, I wasn't. No.
No.
I only started security probably 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah. So now you're more, all right, de-escalate, do not
Of course, yeah.
agitate type thing, and get into... But you see a lot of security guards who want to fight.
Bro, I've worked with them.
Yeah, that must suck.
Bro, like, I remember there was this one time, because for the company that I was working for, they do cricket grounds as well.
Yep.
And there was a women's cricket game that was like at a normal park or whatever.
I get that, though, because women's cricket, you need some entertainment, start a fight.
And yeah, well, and there's a park over there, so go ahead, ladies. But then before the shift, you have to meet half hour early to like know your post, like all that type of stuff. And there was four other dudes I've never seen before, and no, 3 other dudes. And they're like, "Hey man, like, how you going? Nice to meet you." Blah blah, getting to know each other. And 2 of them were just bragging about the dudes that they kicked out and who they hit.
Oh, really?
And they're like, yeah, man, this cunt had an arm bar, kicked the cunt out. His brother tried came, fucking, like, there was no camera, so I just pumped that cunt. And I was like, bro, did you fuck him or hit him? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, no, I fucked him. I came so much. You're like, what? No. I'm a lover, not a fighter. That's what that means, yeah? Lover. You fuck him. You're like, oh, all right.
Yeah, but not aggressively.
Yeah.
Like, is there any music playing?
Yeah,
Like,
I kissed him on the back of the neck. It's fine.
Yeah, that's gay. That's gay. The fucking part isn't, but that's gay. But and he's bragging about it. And I'm just like, oh, true. And he's like, oh, so like, where do you work? I'm like, oh, at the High Wycombe. And he's like, fuck, must see like heaps of shit there, bro. I'm like, nah, I'm using my mouth, bro. I ain't gay.
Suck
but
their dick.
I ain't gay, but I use my mouth.
It's a loophole. Good old Bruno, Miguel, Gloria,
Morera, Oliveira. Oh, fuck. No, but they all looked at me like I'm a fucking...
Yeah.
Like, look at this fucking law-abiding fuckhead.
Yeah.
Like, what, you don't do gear, you don't do this and that? I'm like, nah, man, I just like to watch anime.
Yeah.
They're like, man, what the fuck's anime? And I'm like, don't worry about it, bro.
I
You're already pissing me off.
Yeah, you fight them.
Because they don't know the characters.
Yeah. It's Naruto, motherfucker.
Yeah. Doing jutsu and shit. Like, fuck, man. But the only time I've ever had a problem doing security, it was only one time.
Yeah.
Because I only worked at the High Wycombe Tavern.
Okay, so what is that? It's just a pub.
Yeah, just a pub.
Yep.
The only time I've ever had a problem was when I had to kick someone out. And he was way bigger than me. Yeah. And he looked like a 10 times angrier version of me on roids.
I must admit, your normal like demeanor, if I was just looking at you and you were probably in security clothes, I'd be like, that is a guy who might like to fight. I think it's just the bald head. I think you do have a long fucking beard. Sculpted beard, I'll give you that.
Thank you, I did brush it.
Yeah. But it's you do have the look.
That's what I mean.
People probably won't try and fuck with you.
Exactly.
Unless they want to fight.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And this dude wanted to fight.
Yeah.
And any time I've ever kicked anybody out, like, it's always, you always have to do a disclaimer. As in, like, you say what you're legally meant to say. and followed by.
It's like, listen, I'm gonna suck your dick outside.
But I can't do it here.
Yeah.
So they have to go outside. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
okay.
okay, so sweet as. No,
Yeah.
but like it's always a legal thing. So it's like, oh hey, need to pull you aside. But like, you're showing signs of intoxication, and unfortunately, like within the standards of the pub or whatever, like we're gonna have to get you out type of thing.
Full on Miranda rights, as in like the cops do, is like you have the right to remain silent.
Yeah, it's all that shit.
Can be used against you in a court of law. And
Pretty
like,
much, yeah. It's like that before like security or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Some places don't really give a fuck. They know how to get away with it. They just like say, look, man, you pissed, get out.
Yeah, I thought anything if you're pissed, sort of as long as you're not beating them to death or beating them up.
Yeah.
But I thought like you kind of just have because you're not in your right mind when you drink.
Nah.
So I thought you guys are kind of like this is what you're allowed to be like, no, you're drunk, goodbye. Not be like,
that's how it used to be.
Under C-Section 73, you cannot be in here for narcotics.
But that's what it is now, though.
Yeah.
Because back then it was like that.
You're in a fight and you're just trying to do this fucking... Listen, mate, stop punching me. I'm trying to read you your rights.
I'm trying to tell you the C-section.
Yeah.
But but that's how it was back then. But because it's been abused.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of people file complaints as well. So if they want to file a complaint with how they were treated by a security that's working for a pub, the pub can get fucked up.
Yeah.
So then it's that unfair treatment bullshit.
So do you have like a fucking...
no body cam, no.
No, like an ID with your face on
course,
it that they can be like, this is Bruno, fucking blah, blah.
Anytime there's ever been a major problem, there's only been like one or two, but anytime there's a major problem...
Are they fights? Major problems?
It's more making a big deal of some shit. Like, he kicked me out, he can't fucking do that.
Okay,
blah, blah, blah. And then we have to go write down everything that she said, what we said.
She said.
And all that bullshit. But then cops come, you have to give details. I'm like, no, I told her this as I kicked her out. That bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, fuck off, slag.
It's like,
go to the report.
man, I told this bitch, go suck a dick outside, come there, yeah? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there was this one dude where...
Yeah, the big guy, sorry, wanted to fight.
Yeah. And this is a Friday night. Friday night's usually the busiest night.
Yeah.
Saturday night isn't so much, but Friday is where everyone's up, like after
finish
work, they're like, let's get
yeah.
on it. You know what I mean?
It's why comedy's good.
Pretty much, exactly. And so there was this dude that my supervisor wanted me to kick out.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm going, cunt, you've been in the game for like 15 years. Why are you getting me to go up to that cunt?
Yeah.
He's huge.
Yeah.
And my supervisor's big as it is, and he's going into heaps of fights.
Yeah.
As in trying to calm it down.
Yeah.
Type thing. And he was like, oh, look, man, that dude over there at the bar, we've got to get him out. And I was like, who's we? Is that me or you? And he was like, no, I want you to go there to kick him out. I was like, you testing me, cunt? Like, what's that what you're doing? He's like,
fight him.
Yes.
Oh.
I want you to kick him out. I'm like, fuck, all right. And I'll go there, and I was like, hey, man. I was like passive as.
You introduce yourself.
My name's Bruno Oliveira. Nice to meet you, man. Can I talk to you for a second? Just pull you aside.
Can I just see you outside for a minute?
Yeah, I need to talk to you all the way out here. Like,
I've been done a bit like that.
Bro, it's a good strategy.
No, security guard was just like, I just want to let come on, just chat with me. And as I'm walking with him,
you're outside.
Yeah, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? And then literally just walk straight back to the door, and I'm like, touche, motherfucker. Touche.
It's the best thing, man. And so I seen this dude, and I didn't even click to use that strategy, but I think he would have caught on like anyway. As soon as I say, "Hey, man, how you doing?" Already had attitude.
Yeah.
As in, already he's looking at me like he wants to fuck me up.
Me?
Fold his arms, fold. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Hey, man, settle down." I was, no need to be like that. I just want to fucking talk to you for a second. He goes, yeah, what's up? And then he like moves like one step. He's like, yeah, what's up? And music's blaring, so you can't hear shit.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of going like yelling. I'm just like, yeah, you're showing signs of intoxication, and because of the loud music.
Yeah.
So I can't just go, hey man, I just want to talk to you over here. It's showing signs of intoxication, blah blah blah. Unfortunately, gonna have to get you to be evicted like from the venue, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And like all this, he was like, nah. Looked me dead in the eye, and he was like, nah. I was like, sorry, what was that? And he was like, I'm not fucking going anywhere. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, okay.
And I was like, in my mind, I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Like, I've never got this before.
Yeah.
So everybody's usually been scared of me. So they go, yeah, man, I'll leave. So I've never had someone that goes, I ain't doing shit. What the fuck are you going to do? And I was like, oh, fuck. And then I don't know what came over me, but I was like, well, look, man, you can stay here if you want. But I've told the bar staff already that, like, not to serve you.
Yep.
So you can stay here all you want, but you're not going to get alcohol. And your mate can't get it for you because he's been banned too.
Yeah.
So, like, you can hang around, but the eyes are on you. And if you try to get someone else to get you a drink, they'll be banned too.
Yep.
And that's just for the night, though.
Yeah.
So, you can do what you want, bro. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, all right. And then I just walked off. And then my supervisor was like, the fuck was that? You need to get him out. I was like, bro, trust me. Give me 10 minutes. And this can't leave. He goes, no, we got to get him out now. I was like, bro, give me 10 minutes. In my mind, I'm like, I'm getting fired.
Yeah.
I'm definitely getting fired. This cunt is not leaving.
Yeah.
This cunt, it wants blood.
You're like, come on, get out, mate. Come on. Are you thirsty, champ? You want a drink?
Come outside.
You got beers? E.T., you're just putting him on the ground so he follows you.
Bro, just taunting him.
Yeah. It is hot in here, woo! Thirsty business.
Oh, fuck. And then he actually, in the next 5 minutes, he left.
Really?
I was like, oh, fuck, that worked. But I was just winging it. I was just hoping he left.
Yeah.
But I didn't
He
know
just orders
that.
a drink? Oh, fuck, I forgot to tell her.
No shit, yeah. And then he left. And the supervisor's like, fucking, brother, what the fuck did you say to him? I was like, bro, I got this. Like, look.
Mate, I've got a handgun. Scare the fuck out of your supervisor. Like, I'm the supervisor now.
I have my finger under his shirt. And I'm just like, there's my gun.
Mr. Bean in it.
Oh, fuck. But that's the only problem I've ever had.
Really?
Yeah, never, like, it's always been smooth sailing. And
That's
I've
good.
I've never been that dude, even as a bouncer. Like, I've always been a friendly dude.
Yeah.
So any person that I would see, I'm like, hey, man, like, how you doing or whatever. And then if someone's going a little bit too extra in terms of being loud or, like, being so obvious that they're pissed,
Yeah.
I'm like, look, man, you got to settle down, otherwise I'm going to have to get you out. And you hate, like, you're here with your mate, so if you just have a pint of water, I'll turn a blind eye. But you got to settle down, because if you are going to be louder, I'm going to have to kick you out.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck, cheers, man, I appreciate it. And they actually eventually do settle down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sort of have to break the rules type of thing, you know what I mean? Because all those, like, real by the books type of bouncers, they're not good people. They're not good with people.
Yeah.
They're terrible with people, but they're so good with the books.
Yeah.
So management see them, go, nah, this guy's good. But in terms of just talking to people, they're horrible.
Yeah. Trying to, like, and that's the thing. Like, had you started stand-up by then?
Hey?
Had you started stand-up by the time you started doing security?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that, well, obviously you're a fucking pretty, like, chatty dude anyway, like having a yarn and whatnot. So do you reckon that helped you? Do you reckon stand-up, like, either being a security guard helped you stand up as in, like, well, at least these cunts aren't going to punch me in the teeth, you know, if the gig goes bad.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, I feel it.
I've met a few guys who are like did boxing, like high-level boxing and stuff like that, and they're doing stand-up now, and they're like,
Oh, wow.
to be honest,
Helps.
it helps because you're like, at least I'm walking away bruise-free. The worst thing that will happen in this gig is
Emotional bruises.
Yeah, which is worse. But like, yeah, I mean,
I'd rather get punched in the face than those ones, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, but I know what you mean, though, in terms of, like,
kind of
like your presence.
Them. Yeah. They're like, what can, you know, have a good gig here, have a bad gig there. It's all good. Walking away and you're all fucking, you're the same person as you walked in type thing.
Of course,
But whereas boxing, you could break your jaw and be fucked.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if you reckon that had any effect on your stand-up with any nerves or going the other opposite way. You're doing stand-up, you're chatting to people in the audience and stuff. So you reckon you could talk to people?
Oh, definitely. It was I think probably like the other way around, actually. As in, like, my confidence with dealing with people, like, become much more easier.
Yeah.
So, like, not obviously before doing stand up, like, yeah, I'm a chatty dude, but I'm not off the bat chatty.
Yeah.
And sometimes meeting people for the first time, like, for me, will actually be quite awkward.
Yeah, okay.
And I have awkward energy as it is because of, like, you know, that fucking your bullshit self-talk.
Yeah, okay.
I had a lot of bullshit self-talk that I would tell myself that came in my awkward energy when I would meet people.
Yeah.
So now my self-talk is different. Now I'm more confident.
Yeah.
So now when I do meet people, it's more I have more confidence with talking to people now.
Yeah.
So now I'm more chatty than I would be like
So
3-4
you're just being
years
yourself.
ago. Yeah,
a
much
bit
more.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say that definitely helped in terms of confidence.
Yeah.
And just approaching anybody and anyone.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I had like certain things where just it might be just little little tiny little things in life. You're like, you know, I remember driving like like a ute with like a giant trailer, like a big fucking trailer.
Yeah.
And I remember just thinking to myself like, oh, that's a tight park. I don't really know if I want to do that in my car.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hang on, cunt. You're driving with a giant trailer before,
Yeah.
and you've never crashed or done anything. Go parallel park that fucking car in there.
Yeah.
Stop being a little bitch. You know? It's most of that time. It's just like, stop being a bitch.
No, but see, that's that self-talk we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I'll have that bullshit with just talking to people.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nah, fuck all that.
But also the thing with like stand-ups, as you've clearly recognised that you're like, oh, everyone's weird as fuck, and I'm not that weird, so it's not going to be,
as bad.
Yeah, you're like,
oh, bro.
You're the one who's being personable and you're chatting, you're making an effort, and they're like, yep. 3 years comedy. What the fuck happened to you? You ride here on a fucking horse? Like, who taught you how to speak?
Yeah, right. And the funny thing is, like, I was talking to a mate about this. I'm like, man, ever since I've gone into comedy, like, it's been the biggest roller coaster in terms of I have no idea what to expect. I don't know. Like, just when you thought this is what it is, you meet another character that cancels all that out.
Yeah.
And you're going, fuck. And talking to my mate, I'm like, man, I've never felt so normal. I always thought because of, like, like how you grow up and, being weird at school, always feeling like you don't really fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
And then you come into this scene and then you're like, man, I actually belong here. Yeah. But then even though in your mind you go, man, I belong in this community, at the same time you're like, fuck, I'm the most normal cunt here.
Yeah.
All the other cunts are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yet me, as a normal weird one here, I'm the weird cunt in society.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like a room full of serial killers, and you're like, I belong. But, but that cunt over there eating people, fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that dude, yeah.
That guy with the puppet, fuck that guy.
Bro.
It's so fun at the same. It's so fun and weird because you do meet legitimate lunatics.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But we all are in our own. Yeah, there's that too. Yeah. But we all are in our own unique weird way.
Yeah.
Like me and my anime and the shit that I like, all that bullshit that like makes me a fucking weirdo in my own way, but I still own it.
Yes.
So it's not like I'm trying to hide it. But like, no, this is what I'm into. I don't really give a fuck.
You can't hide it, mate.
I got
drive
stickers.
Your car around. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then looking at the stickers, like, it's anime stuff. Like, yeah. And that's another thing. Like, you can't judge a book by its cover.
Nah.
I would have never picked you to be an anime man.
Bro, no one ever does.
Yeah, I would be like, that guy would rather fucking spit in someone's face or be spat in his face before. But I mean, it's just one of those. It evolves from cartoons, I assume. You enjoyed cartoons when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And then just went into enjoying... I think, too, like, anime has become pretty mainstream.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Netflix making their own anime.
That's true.
I always watch, like, Bucky and all that type of fucking shit.
Yeah, it's not... but they have anime shows on there as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And also, like, the funny thing about my car is, obviously my car has full of stickers all around it.
Yeah.
And then I get out of the car and people are like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I've seen a kid, and it's fucked how mostly kids just admire it.
Yeah.
And I don't have kids, which makes it weird, you know what I mean? But then I'll pull up in a car park at Coburn Gateways or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'll park up and I'll see like a family parking next to me. And then the kid's face and hands is on the glass of his own car. And he's like, man, he's so cool. And then I get out of the car and as soon as he looks at me, he just looks away. He's like, oh, fuck.
He's like, Santa's on crack.
But most of the looks I get is always like, oh shit, like fuck, I didn't expect
Did that guy steal that car?
Yeah, that's the vibe, man. It's never a pleasant surprise, as in like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
You know, someone that looks like he's a criminal loves anime, but instead they're like, oh fuck, look away, guys, he's gonna steal our wallets.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I always get that.
Yeah. How funny is it though? If you have a beard and a bald head, people are like, "I don't know what's going on there." Yeah, like it's
got a bikey vibe.
Yeah, I think that is actually you hit the nail on the head there. That is, I think in Australia, that look is synonymous with bikies.
Yeah.
And we have been trained. I remember getting talked about like bikies when I was a little kid.
No shit.
Yeah, just like I think
wild.
well, my dad had a few like his mates were bikies and shit, a few of them. But I remember just those guys sort of being, and at one of our like wasn't. Somehow it was like when I was growing up, I thought he was an uncle, but he was actually like my dad's cousin. If that makes sense.
Oh, right.
So
yeah,
the
yeah,
same.
yeah, yeah.
So
I know what you mean.
and he was a big fucking like in that area and fucking group, and had a lot of mates who were bike, and he looked like one himself, and dressed like one and stuff.
Yeah.
And he had a Harley and whatnot, but it was just like, oh yeah, these guys were like the dudes like you don't fuck around with type thing. And then like now it's just like, is that kind of a hipster? Is that kind of fucking? Does he work at JB Hi-Fi? You know,
is he a coffee barrister?
Yeah, that's it. It's just fucking.
It's wild now.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I mean, I find it so funny that everyone in JB Hi-Fi, they would have never got a job. Like back in the day, they're all tatted up, crazy fucking like
That's true.
different looking cats.
Yeah.
Like you would literally be like, is this a skinhead fucking rally?
Yeah.
No, this is the JB Hi-Fi Christmas party.
All the tattoos and bald heads.
Yeah, it's just you're like, what the fuck is happening here?
Bro, like, you know what's weird as well?
What are they called? The black boots? The fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Bro, like, you know what's weird now? Like, I was having a conversation with, I think, like my mate's missus or some shit like that. And talking about how, you know, these days, everything back then I was considered, like, hard is now the opposite now. As in, like...
Try hard.
Bro, it's
called
not
a
just
try hard.
Yeah. But also, okay, like back then they had people that were affiliated with tats or anything.
Yeah.
It's criminal.
Legitimate criminal.
Or they're affiliated somewhere.
Yeah.
With the criminal world.
Yes.
Now it's
Little
like
swallow tattoos and stuff like that.
all that shit.
People's hands and whatnot. Yeah.
All that. But now people that don't have tattoos are looked at like criminals.
Yeah, it's like, what do you got to hide, mate?
You know what I mean?
What do you love your body? Huh?
How dare you?
Yeah.
Better put some ink on that, you piece of shit. Be a piece of shit like us.
Yeah.
But
I still have a little thing when I see people with like, some people with like, you see someone with tattoo on their neck and stuff, and it's less and less now because you just, so many people have it.
Yep.
But sometimes you see someone and you go, that guy ain't fucking around.
Yeah.
You give off that vibe. It's like, no. That guy has the swastika on his neck. Tells me that maybe he may do something about this if someone annoys him. So But then you look at someone who's trying to be tough or they just think it looks cool, which I see tattoos now and you're like, that looks amazing.
It's more art now.
Yeah. But now, as you were saying, it used to be like we get this specific tattoo and it means fucking
A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. But even now it's just
it means assault, battery, and cucks. I don't know.
And jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
A, B, and J.
No, but even I remember going to the gym, like doing CrossFit or whatever.
Yeah.
And there's this girl there that has like her whole back done, and I think her whole leg done as well, type of thing.
Yeah.
Like dope tats. Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, and you can't tell obviously because like we're in gym wear, like you can't see it or whatever.
Yeah.
But
so
then
you're just at home, like in the bushes outside her house, like there's sick tattoos, lady.
No, I follow her to a car. Obviously.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Yeah, get a peek
with the little gun under your tongue, the finger gun. Take it off.
Yeah. No, but then like there was this one time when she, I only noticed it with like what she was wearing, as in like it was less. This one time she was wearing more skin.
Yeah.
Than usual type
like
thing. Usually just a shirt, and this time was like, oh shit, she has tats. I was like, oh, like do you have your whole back done? She was like, yeah, and she actually showed it. I was like, holy fuck, that's dope. And she was
Can
like,
I see more?
I was trying to get to that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I was like, hey, does it go all the way down?
Yeah.
Like,
It goes right down to my boyfriend's dick.
I think she's still single, so I got a chance. No, but then I was like, oh.
Let her listen to the podcast and then just feel like,
Nah, fuck no. I hope she never listens to this. You know what I mean? But then
nah, it's another girl. That's another slut.
That's Bruno Moreira, not Bruno Oliveira. You know what I mean? But then I was like, nah, dope. She was like, oh, like, do you have any tats? I was like, nah. And she gave me this look like, oh, really?
Bitch.
Legit, bro.
Yeah.
I got looked at like a pussy.
Yeah.
When she's the one that has one and she has tats.
Yeah.
I was like, I got no chance.
You just draw some squiggles? I don't know. Do you like the shitty Chopper Reed where he's had like little love hearts?
Oh,
yeah,
like, nah. That's...
Well, you want this? Huh?
That's fucked, man.
Yeah.
But how try hard would it be if I legit did all those tats just to impress this bitch?
It is common. I think a lot of people do it purely for the status.
Yeah.
And not because, like, I got one tattoo on my back, which I got in Peru, and we won at a casino.
Oh,
and
shit.
my mates...
I'll probably get that too, to be honest.
My mates were like, hey... Like, they went and they looked at a tattoo parlor because one of them was thinking about getting a tattoo. And then they're like, nah, fuck this. Tait's dumb enough to get a tattoo. And they came back and they were like, you know what you should get? And I was like, what? And they're like, tattoo. And I'm like, that's a genius idea. Let's go down tomorrow. And now I've got some like one-eyed fucking angel thing warrior on my back.
A Cyclops warrior.
Yeah, and so many women, because I'm always fucking, have been like, what the fuck is that? And
Dude.
I'm like, don't worry about it. Now put your strap on and go to town.
Fuck. Bro, that's heck dick.
Yeah,
Like, fuck it. Nah, it's weird, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's so, I do really like tattoos, and I probably, if I had a career and
If I had a career.
Yeah, if I had a career and a job and was comfortable and made money and I was comfortable in my own skin, I probably would get tattoos, to be honest. I do enjoy them, but it's one of those ones where it's just, there is still a stigma.
Yeah, there is.
Like, as much as people want to pretend that we are letting everyone do exactly what they want, people are still like, I'm not a big fan that you shaved off your eyebrow and put a tattoo that says stop. What?
Or your name as an eyebrow.
Yeah, what the fuck? It's just Tait. That's the idea. And you also be massive if you had your whole name. It'd be both eyebrows.
A monobrow. Bruno, Miguel, Da Silva, Moreira, Oliveira.
Yeah.
But
it's
then,
way too long.
You see, also, like, I've had conversations with some friends, right? And they're like, fucking, oh, you have thought about getting tattoos or whatever? I'm like, I actually used to, but not so much now. They're like, bro, like...
As a poor person, it's hard.
Well, yeah. You know, like, I haven't got paid yet.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I can actually afford it right now.
You just see the stencil.
For like 6 months.
Yeah, you're like, you getting this coloured in? Yeah, I think I'm just going to put like a 1 or 2 or 3 and just pretend it's one of those colour-in ones.
Yeah.
If I get with a chick and she has a kid, you know, maybe colour it in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that fucking painting type thing.
Oh, yeah, I feel it, yeah. But then, I actually used to, but then there was this one time, like when I was younger, I really wanted to get my back done. I was obsessed with my back. Not because I had a good looking back, so technically you can't see it. But I was obsessed with the image of having my back done. I was like, fuck, that would be dope. And I never really told much people about it. It's just something I kept to myself.
And now the millions that are going to hear this podcast,
Well, my brother asked me one day.
Yeah.
He was like, bro, you ever thought about getting tats? I was like, yeah, man, I actually want to get my whole back done. He goes, no shit, like what do you think about getting? And I told him like what I wanted. I want to get something that says a lot about me, but I have to explain it. So it's not like, oh, hey, that's a Portuguese crest, he's Portuguese.
Yeah.
Oh, he likes this, he's doing that. Or like, it's something I have to go, oh, that means this means that. Yeah. Something more for myself type thing. Like a dope looking, like imagine a poster on a back that looks sick. You're like, what does that mean? That looks sick. That's the vibe I was going for. Yeah. And I told him about it. He goes, man, bro, that sounds like a dope idea. And he took my idea.
Oh, he did it.
He got the top of his back done with a Portuguese crest, because I said I wanted to say that I'm Portuguese but not really have it like obvious. Mm-hmm. And he took the Portuguese crest and he put it on his back with like wings and angels, all this weird shit. And I was like, that was my fucking idea, man. What the fuck? He goes, oh fuck, sorry, man. I didn't mean it. What do you mean sorry? You fucking did it still.
Go back there and get it lasered off, young man.
And then after that, I'm like, you know what? Fuck tattoos.
Yeah.
But even as I got older, I'm like, even talking to his mates, I'm like, man, don't make getting tattoos. I'm like, to be honest, man, people don't approach me as it is.
Yeah.
So I don't want to get a tattoo because no one's going to talk to me now.
Yeah.
And neck tat, fucking head tat, no one would want to be like, hey, how you doing, man? How's your day?
Yeah.
Everyone's going to be like, avoid this cunt at all costs.
I just thought of an idea for the title of this podcast is Bruno is a nice guy.
I'm all for it, man.
Yeah. I was like, should it just an awareness thing for you? Listen, I'm a friendly guy. Listen to this podcast.
Yeah. Please talk to me.
Yeah, it's funny that I love when people are like, you know, you can't judge a book by its cover, and you're like,
yes, you can.
Covers are usually on books to be judged. Like literally, it's the first point of reference. You're like,
to buy the book.
Kids book, German BDSM.
And then
Could that be a kid's book?
No.
I mean, those nipple rings look kind of kid friendly. No, I shouldn't have. I should have judged that.
I just got what you were doing.
Yeah. And it's like you see people that look that they may be walking around very deranged, looking blood on their face, looking fucking teeming fucking with anger. You're not gonna walk up there and be like, "Hey, champ, what's the time?" And he's like, "It's stab o'clock, motherfucker," and he fucking gotcha. You gotta be judging a book by its cover is literally what all animals do to survive.
Exactly.
Do you know what's prey, what's fucking you want to fucking eat, and what a predator is?
But you can't. But that's what pisses me off when people say don't judge a book by its cover.
No, it's the funnest thing in the world,
bro. And it's not just fun.
Yeah,
it
saves your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, it gets you out of weird situations. It's when that kooky cunt gets on the bus and he's like, the fucking rats aren't real. And you're like,
got a bung eye.
I am going to stare at the ground so fiercely that he's going to burn a hole through the fucking ground because I don't want to talk to Leroy the Nut. And I know it's Leroy the Nut because it's embroidered on his fucking top.
He's got his name on the top. You know what I mean?
Leroy, and it's got a picture of a nut. And you're like, what's the nut? He's like, I'm a nut. And then he fucking shits on the ground.
And then throws the shit at you.
Yeah.
But then you get those fuckheads that go, man, Leroy's probably having a bad day. I don't want to judge Leroy. No. Hey, Leroy, how are you? And then you get elbowed.
And he bites them.
You get elbowed.
Yeah. What happened? Well, I befriended a psychopath.
So I didn't want to judge him.
Yeah.
Turns out he was.
Yeah, there's stories about that millions of times of like,
fucking
yeah, the guy gave me a bit of a weird vibe, but I decided to go back to his house. It's just like, I know that doesn't justify what happened to you, and it's fucking horrible.
Of course.
But at the same time, a bit of awareness because people are fucking vile.
And also, there's fucking idiots out, and I used to be one of them, to be honest. Not the raper thing. I mean, like, I used to be. I used to.
Thanks for clarifying.
I'm a nice dude, you know. But then, back when I was younger, there was that bullshit where like, no, people need to get to know me for me, man. Fuck that. Like, fucking.
Stop looking like
Stop looking. First of all, stop looking like a bum.
Yeah.
And be more approachable. Develop communication skills. Do something that you're putting in work in terms of how can I connect with people? How can I, be better at conversation? Or what's a body language cues that means what?
That's a big thing.
You know what I mean?
You can look at people sometimes and go, that person's busy and they don't want to talk.
Exactly. From just body language.
Yeah. When you go up and a cashier has had a shit day. And then you're trying to chat to her and then people do that thing. There's always memes. It's like, when a guy tells me to smile. And you're like, yeah, I get that because it's fucking, I've done that job and you have 10 shit customers in a row and then you have the one plucky fucking person who's like, oh, there, how's your day going? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, you're not very chatty. You should smile more. And you're like, listen, motherfucker, I dealt with 19 fucking spastics.
19 Leroys.
17 fucking even worse than Leroy's. Leroy 2.0s.
With no wallets.
Yeah. And now you're the one person in amongst those and my day has already been ruined and it's 7:30 a.m.
You see?
And we opened at 7. So...
That's a lot of customers.
Yeah. Get off my dick.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's... But sometimes I go to places and there's cunty people that work there. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, this person's rude. Fuck this. Fuck them. But then I'm like, no, you've done that job. You don't know what's just happened. You don't know that a supervisor is an absolute cockhead and told him to restack that shelf that got done yesterday.
Yep.
But because the labels were out by a little bit, now they have to be all facing the front at a certain way because this fucking guy's a nut job.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah. The OCD.
Yeah, so you're just like, I came here to buy a fucking PlayStation game. I have the PlayStation game in my hand. Here is the money.
Yep.
I don't even need to talk to you.
Yep.
Peace out.
Of course, yeah. But being mindful of just like there was a stage, even like a few years ago, where I was very rigid in how I seen like life, that type of thing. You know what I mean? Very serious, and I still have that nature like about me, but it's in much more of a playful spirit where I don't want to take everything serious.
Yes.
And I don't want to be like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Is where a few years ago I was like that.
Yep.
With anything and everything to the point where it was exhausting. Now I'm not enjoying life.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be like that. So it's like I want to keep my mind open in terms of, just learning how to be better.
Yeah.
In all aspects, communication-wise, health-wise, mentally, all that shit, just want to be better. But you can't go to that step if you're still in that, you got to accept me for me.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing that...
Sometimes you're a piece of shit.
That's what I mean. And I was, though.
Yeah.
Like, why should I have such a high expectation? Because people don't realize when you have that, when you say something like that, you're having such a high expectation over everybody else to accept you for you when you're not doing anything to accept them for them.
Yeah.
And that's a realization.
You're meet in the middle.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, that's something that I sort of learned. And like, man, you know what? I also need to work on myself. I'm not Mr. fucking perfect. Why am I trying to get everybody to be in my world when I'm still in everybody else's world as well?
Yeah.
So just being mindful of that, you know what I mean? There's so many unaware cunts out there.
It's...
Especially in comedy.
Yeah. Like, tell me where the joke is in that fucking joke, you fuck. Hey, we have done 50 minutes, man.
No shit.
So I think that's good to fucking leave it on Bruno's fucking wisdom.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck. No, we got to end it on a joke or something.
Nah, that's it. I like to keep them cold, all right? And then...
Fuck the crowd.
Yeah. There's a joke at the next episode. At the
I see that.
I see that. More.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me, man. I had a lot of fun, bro.
No, we raced through that. That was amazing. We literally didn't touch on anything on the list because we just got on tangents. But that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. Before we go, you have a podcast.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
It's called Inept Podcast.
Yep.
It's available on most platforms, not on Apple yet, but that's
it will be by the time this comes out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, sweet as. Yeah. And it's on Apple, and it's me and Turbo Tumor.
Yep.
Follow
Two comics.
The two comics, Perth Comics. My Instagram account is at Bruno Entertainment 19, and Turbo is at Turbo Tumor. That's THABO TSHUMA.
Yep.
And that's Bruno and Turbo, Inept Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all that shit. Spotify as well.
Just to recap on that too, the caliber of comic guests that these guys have had in their short period are killers. So if you enjoyed this podcast today, their podcast is purely that, what we just did.
Funny.
Chatting shit. It's funny. It's fun. It's light. You guys will fucking enjoy it. If you enjoyed this podcast, even if you didn't, just check it out, like it, support them because they're fucking great dudes.
Appreciate it.
Once again, thank you so much. See you next week, guys. Thank you.
Play your pimp.